All right, let's dive in. We're tackling Aurora Rising today by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Kind of Guardians of the Galaxy, but, you know, with way more teen angst. And these emerging superpowers, in tons of trouble.
Right. It's this mix of big space drama, ancient alien mysteries, action. It's got a lot going on.
Definitely. So our mission, if you will, is to kind of cut through the chaos of the plot, look at the characters, the themes, basically get a handle on Aurora Rising without getting lost in, well, space.
Exactly. We're not just summarizing. We want to look at the structure, how these very different kids start working together or don't work together initially, and the bigger ideas the authors are exploring. Think of it as a strategic overview.
Okay, so chapter 1, basically, where it all kicks off. You've got Tyler Johns, Mr. Perfect Academy Cadet. Seriously, golden boy vibes all the way. He's about to pick his dream team for Squad 312.
He has his whole future mapped out. Top graduate, elite squad.
And then, bam, distress call from this, ghost ship, the Hadfield. Totally off the charts, been missing for ages.
And Tyler, being Tyler, feels compelled to investigate, breaks protocol.
Right, he goes off script, plays hero, and finds Aurora Jelan O'Malley, just chilling in cryo sleep for 200 years.
120, yeah. A pretty significant nap.
Yeah, but that decision, his little rescue mission, big consequences.
Oh, absolutely. That single act, deviating from the plan, means he misses the official draft.
So instead of the best, he gets the leftovers, the, let's say, unconventional cadets.
Which is foundational, really. This initial setup, this unexpected twist, it defines the whole squad dynamic right from the start. It forces the situation.
Totally. It's like ordering prime rib and getting mystery meat surprise.
So meet Squad 312, the B team. You've got his twin sister, Scarlet, diplomatic face, but apparently also deadly.
The face, yes. Smooth talker.
Then Kat, the pilot. Ace flyer, total hotshot, probably breaks a few rules. Zila, the scientist. Super smart, maybe a little intense. Speaks 5 languages, including, quiet.
A necessary archetype in these scenarios.
Yeah.
The detached genius. And Fidian. Gotta have the sarcastic tech guy right. Keeps things lively. And, Cal, the brooding alien warrior dude. Sildrathi.
Yeah.
Very honorable, very pointy.
A Sildrathi warbreed, yes. Comes with its own baggage and cultural imperatives.
So yeah, Misfits RS, led by Golden Boy Tyler, who just wanted a normal squad. Talk about a rough first day.
And what's interesting is how deliberately mismatched they seem. You know, under normal circumstances, these individuals likely wouldn't choose to associate.
No way.
Their first interactions are fraught. There's friction, different goals, and definitely some side-eye towards Tyler for landing them all in this situation.
Right.
It really sets up this exploration of how pressure, how necessity can build teams in ways you wouldn't expect. It challenges that idea that everyone needs to be best friends from the start to work well.
Okay, so then Aurora wakes up. 220 years later. Imagine that. Your whole world, everyone you knew, just gone.
Profound displacement. The psychological impact is immense, and the book doesn't shy away from that.
And if that wasn't bad enough, she starts glitching, getting these weird powers, visions, things moving with her mind. Telekinesis.
And uttering cryptic phrases about a lost race, the Eshvarin.
Which, understandably, freaks everyone out. Squad's like, okay, who is this girl and what ancient evil did Tyler just defrost? Not exactly a warm welcome.
Well, it's a lot to process. Her awakening immediately creates several narrative drivers. 1, she's isolated, vulnerable despite these new powers. 2, the mystery of the Eshvarin becomes the central quest.
Right, the main plot hook.
And 3, the squad's initial distrust really highlights Tyler's challenge. He has to somehow forge a team while dealing with this massive unknown factor. His insistence on keeping them together, protecting Aurora, that's his first big leadership test.
And things go sideways fast, really fast. Aurora's powers aren't exactly subtle, they cause incidents.
Significant incidents, which quickly paints a target on their backs.
Yeah, suddenly Squad 312 are fugitives. Public enemies number 1. So now they're not just dealing with weird alien powers and awkward teen bonding, they're literally running for their lives.
It escalates the situation dramatically. The stakes are immediately life and death, and Tyler's leadership is pushed to the absolute limit. He's trying to keep them safe, keep them hidden, keep them together, all while being hunted.
It's intense, but it's also where you start to see them kind of click.
Exactly. It's that pressure cooker effect. Survival depends on them actually using their skills together. Kat's piloting gets them out of tight spots. Finian's tech skills are indispensable for, well, everything.
Zila's brain power for figuring stuff out. Cal's fighting skills.
Yeah.
become pretty essential deterrents.
Their individual strengths, which might have seemed random before, become critical for their collective survival. They have to rely on each other.
And meanwhile, they're trying to figure out this whole Eshvaran thing. What's Aurora's connection? There are clues, artifacts. It's like a massive, dangerous puzzle.
This investigation serves two key functions. It drives the plot, obviously, uncovering the central mystery, but it also forces deeper character interactions and development.
Like with Cal and Aurora.
Precisely. Cal becomes increasingly protective of her, which adds a whole layer of interpersonal dynamic, tension, attraction. It complicates things within the squad.
Yeah, you can see Tyler juggling all that, trying to lead, manage personalities, and deal with the actual mission.
The burden of command becomes very tangible for him, the weight of his decisions.
And then things get real, like really real. The squad takes its first major hit. They lose someone.
A significant loss. It's a turning point.
Yeah, it properly injects this sense of consequence, of danger. It's not just fun space adventures anymore. People can die. Their friends can die.
That moment of sacrifice is crucial. It deepens the emotional core of the story immensely. It shows the stakes are personal, not just galactic. It reinforces that bond being forged through shared trauma and adversity. Sometimes those bonds are stronger than anything else.
So they keep digging, and they find this thing, the trigger. Turns out it's some kind of ancient star map.
Leading somewhere significant or revealing something significant.
And it points towards, well, something bad, some ancient enemy. Aurora's visions get worse, more specific, more terrifying.
The picture becomes clearer, and it's not a pretty one. An ancient threat, long dormant.
And the big reveal drops.
Yeah.
Aurora isn't just connected to the Eshvaran, she is the key. Maybe the only thing standing between humanity or like the whole galaxy and total annihilation.
Without pressure,
It fundamentally shifts their purpose. They're not just running anymore. They're trying to understand and potentially stop this catastrophe. The weight of prophecy, of destiny, lands squarely on Aurora and by extension, the squad.
So cue the frantic race across the galaxy. They're trying to follow the map, figure out the threat, all while being chased by, like, everyone. Government forces, creepy alien cultists.
It's relentless pursuit. This is where the team synergy really has to shine. Totally. Cat's flying is insane, dodging asteroids, outmaneuvering warships. Finian's hacking is next level, bypassing security systems that should be impenetrable. Zilla's putting together clues that are literally ancient history.
Their individual talents become the engine driving them forward. It's no longer just about survival, it's about actively pursuing the solution, using every skill they have.
And Aurora. Her powers are becoming more controlled, maybe? More potent, anyway. She saves their skins multiple times. Turns out being a potential cosmic weapon has its upsides.
Her abilities are increasingly central to their progress and survival. It reinforces that theme of integrating unique strengths, even dangerous ones, for a common goal.
Which brings us to the climax. Big space battle.
You bet. Explosions, check. High stakes, absolutely.
The final confrontation. Everything converges.
And because this is that kind of story, there are betrayals, twists you didn't see coming. Always gotta have a backstab or two.
As complexity raises the emotional stakes even higher, questions of trust, loyalty.
And Aurora, she steps up, embraces the power, the destiny, the whole hero moment, the culmination of her arc, accepting who and what she is.
While Tyler faces his biggest leadership test yet, can he hold this chaotic, probably traumatized found family together when it feels like the universe is literally exploding around them?
His growth as a leader is tested under the most extreme pressure imaginable. Unity becomes paramount.
And, yeah, more sacrifices, the kind that change people permanently, leave scars.
These final losses underscore the true cost of their fight, the weight of their choices. It cements the bonds between the survivors, but also marks them profoundly.
So after all that, the space dust settles. What's the big takeaway from Aurora Rising? It's not just lasers and sarcasm, right?
Not at all. At its core, it's about unity from unlikely sources. How these total misfits, thrown together by chance and crisis, forge something incredibly strong.
It's about sacrifice, too. Making the hard calls. And maybe discovering that, like your weird quirks, your differences, that's actually your strengths, especially when you combine it with others.
Tyler's mantra, "We the Legion, we the light," really captures that journey, doesn't it? They start as individuals, often at odds, but become the single unit, this beacon against the darkness.
Yeah, it sums it up pretty well.
It speaks to friendship, bravery, resilience, finding strength and connection, even when facing overwhelming odds.
So, maybe something to think about as you reflect on Squad 312's wild ride. What does bravery really mean when you're staring down the barrel of the unknown, or maybe even the impossible? Is it not being afraid? Or is it acting anyway?
And in a galaxy, or even just a world that feels chaotic, what's the true power of finding your light, not alone but together, as part of something bigger?